Pioneer fans, Pioneer women's varsity basketball is live and on the air. We are live here at the main gym at Pioneer High School, where it is your Pioneer women's varsity basketball team taking on the Skyline Eagles. And we are very lucky to have with us Coach Ahrens. How you doing, Coach?
Doing great. I'm excited about this is my first girls game of the season.
Yeah, it should be a good one, hopefully, as Pioneer 0-2 on the season, Skyline 1-1. But you were just pointing out the last time these two teams played was in the districts, and Pioneer won that one. So obviously, Skyline, not only is it a crosstown rivalry, but they want a little revenge from being booted out of the playoffs last year by Pioneer.
Exactly, and the team's under new leadership, as you know. Mike Lovelace has moved over from the boys program, and he's been excited about this new challenge. He's got more of a younger team, and he made a few comments to me that they're really trying to seek experience more than anything else this year, and mentioned a few names of players that are going to be key players for them. Wearing number 2 tonight, Angela Carala. She's a point guard. Number 14, Kennedy Wasif, a sophomore forward. Number 4, Riva Paktava, a senior guard. And number 32, Abby Yawn, a junior forward, are going to be key players this season.
Perfect. So a couple people to take a look at. And we are excited to get going. 3 minutes and 57 seconds left to go between these two squads. Again, Pioneer hasn't won a game yet. They're going to try and break that today. They lost, first of all, to DeWitt Hears, 62-37. Then much tighter game versus Livonia Stevenson, only a 3-point loss, but that was 32-29. So that one closer, that was away at Livonia Stevenson. Whereas taking a look at the Skyline Eagles, they have lost their first game 55-25. That was versus Ferndale High School. Then, boy, they took it to Hamtramck 56-9. That had to be some kind of defensive performance turning into good offense. So their point differential kind of swings one way or the other in those two games. So it'll be interesting to see kind of where they settle in this game. So anything else you talk to the coaches about, or any other kind of insights you have as we're coming into this game, Coach?
Well, correct me if wrong, this is Pioneer's first home game?
They had one previously.
Okay,
this is their second home game.
Okay.
The original game versus DeWitt was a home game.
Coach Lovelace brought this up. I said, you got any more comments about the game? He says, well, this is a rivalry. I said, I learned that from you when I moved to Ann Arbor a few years ago.
Yeah, absolutely.
I didn't know that before, but perfect example of a crosstown rivalry tonight, and both these teams are well coached, and it's early season, so both teams I know want to get out to a good start and get this win under their belt.
Absolutely, and not that it has any bearing on this game, but the men's basketball team visited Skyline last night. Pioneer men's team came away with a big win, 54-45, to stay undefeated so far in the season. So not that really puts a lot of pressure on, but Skyline doesn't want to get swept in the two games yesterday and today. So we'll see if that has any bearing on anything. But both of these teams excited to get out here, excited to play against their rivals, and we're counting down about 1 minute and 40 seconds left to go as we're looking. And you were talking about you did get the officials' names for this evening.
Yeah, I met all three of them in the locker room, and tonight we have Joe Corso, a 22-year veteran, Josh Polona, he has 8 years of experience on the court, and the veteran of the group from Detroit is Howard Portis. So combined, this is 70 years of experience. That's
Wow.
almost unheard of, Mark.
Yeah, no doubt.
And you can see the numbers, though, do send a message. Where is the youth? And
Absolutely.
there is a shortage. And I also mentioned earlier, talking to some coaching friends on the other side of the state, they've come close to canceling some games because it cannot floor officials. And I think I read, don't quote me on this, last year in the state of Michigan, 17 high school varsity games, boys and girls, were canceled because they didn't have enough officials.
I do not doubt it. It is not an easy job. If you disagree with the call, instead of yelling at the official, sign up to be an official if you think you can do better. We need them. We cannot have the games we love without the officials. So please be kind. They're doing their best. No one's making a lot of money out here. They're all doing it because they love the sport. And we appreciate if anyone is willing to go out and be an official. Looks like we're going to have the national anthem right off the bat. So everyone's standing up. Skyline around the three-point line to our left. Pioneer around the three-point line to our right. As the clock counting down, and we shall have, to honor America, the playing of the national anthem momentarily as John welcomes everyone. Here's the playing of the national anthem. As 8 minutes up on the clock, we'll have the starting lineups coming up next. Someone, I swear I'm smelling some cotton candy somewhere. So it's trying to be about half the man I am. That's not a smell I need. It's bad enough when there's the popcorn that smells great here, but that's okay. It's okay. That's what you get. You get great basketball. You get lovely smells from the concession stand and a great atmosphere, which we love here. And now John on the public address announcement, as he's welcoming everyone from Skyline over here.
Students, alumni, and fans, Skyline Eagles, tonight's game against your
As welcome everyone. We'll have the starting lineups now.
The starting lineups. First for Skyline, number 14, sophomore forward Kennedy Wasif.
Wasif starting for Skyline.
Number 5, sophomore forward Jordan Davis.
Jordan Davis coming out for Pioneer.
Number 32, junior forward Abby Yuan.
Yuan starting for Skyline.
31, and junior forward Clem Weber.
Weber starting for Pioneer.
For the Eagles, number 2, sophomore guard Zoe Reichert.
Zoe Reichert starting for Skyline.
For Pioneer, number 32, center Emmanuel Davis.
Emmanuel Davis starting for Pioneer.
For Skyline, number 4, senior guard Rena Pachava.
Pachava starting for Skyline.
For Pioneer, number 11, senior guard Lily Jones.
Jones for Pioneer.
And for Skyline, number 12, senior guard Anjali Concara.
Angeli Concarla.
Number 34, a senior guard Haley Sheffield.
Sheffield, the other starter for Pioneer. Skyline is in their black jerseys. Mike Lovelace, head coach for Skyline.
And Mark Marshall.
Allison LaCroix and Mark Marshall are the assistants.
Assisted by Fred Webster.
Fred Webster, the assistant. Tyrone Hicks, the head coach for Pioneer. As we are getting ready to go, 8 minutes up on the clock again. Skyline is in their dark blue jerseys with the light blue numbers and light blue piping around them. Pioneer is in their white jerseys with the purple numbers on the front and back, block lettering Pioneer on the front. So we're getting ready to go here. Big rivalry action. Pioneer versus Skyline, and we're ready to get going. Emmanuel Davis in to take the tip on the other side. Zoe Reichart. And we're ready to get going. Underway, Pioneer. That ball over on the far sideline. Jones has it. Jones down the far sideline. Gets it over to Jordan Davis. Sheffield underneath to Emmanuel Davis. Emmanuel Davis into the paint. Triple team puts it up just a little too strong. Pulled down by Jordan Davis on the far wing over to Jones. Jones gets it the free throw line. Emmanuel Davis over to Jordan Davis, who puts it in. Jordan Davis with her first points of the game. And it is Pioneer 2 and Skyline nothing. Quickly ahead for Skyline. Yuan had it. And shot knocked away. Jones tracks it down for Pioneer coming down the far sideline. Jones over half court for Pioneer. Jones dribbles to her left, just inside the far sideline. Bounce pass over to Weber. Weber into the far corner for Emmanuel Davis. That knocked away. $7:15 left to go. Skyline inbound on the far sideline. As Pacheva to inbound. Weber watching the inbound pass. Weber picked up. Here comes Skyline down the far sideline. With it is Angeli Kakarla. Now back over to Pacheva. Gets it back over. Zoe Reichart. There's a shot off the back of the rim. Pulled down by Emmanuel Davis. Emmanuel Davis moves it over. Jones bringing it ahead for Pioneer. Coming down the far sideline. Jones hands it off to Sheffield. Sheffield gets it over to Weber on the near wing. Into the near corner. Jordan Davis with it. Jordan Davis works her way around. Gets it back over to Jones. Jones on the far wing. Bounce pass over to Sheffield. Sheffield into the near corner. Working her way in. Jordan Davis all the way over to Jones. Jones down the far baseline. That put up. Wouldn't go. Emmanuel Davis off the glass. That pulled down by Skyline. Racing ahead with it is Angelica Concarla. Into the near side. That put up. Into the paint. As Yuan was into the paint. Whistle. That is going to be a foul. That on Jordan Davis. That is her first foul. First for Pioneer. 6:21 left to go. As Pacheva to inbound baseline right. Gets it into the paint. Is Yuan there. Back over to Angeli Kakarla. That knocked away. That's Angeli Kakarla puts it over. Pulled down by Pacheva. Pacheva, that shot falls short, but a foul, and that will be the second foul on Pioneer. And puts Pacheva to the line, shooting 2. That is going to be a foul on Emmanuel Davis. That will be her first foul. Pacheva to the line, dribbles the ball, eyes the net, puts it up. That falls off the rim to the near side. 6:05 left to go here in the first, 2-0. Pioneer with the lead. It's been a bit of a frenetic game so far. Everyone just trying to settle in, feel each other out. Pacheva's second shot coming. Eyes the rim, puts it up. And off the side of the rim, Weber with the rebound. Here comes Pioneer. Weber gets it over to Jones. Jones bounce pass ahead to Sheffield down the far sideline. Sheffield now skies it underneath for Emmanuel Davis. She keeps it in, trying to get it back to Jones. And on the far sideline, here comes Skyline with it. They move it over. Now on the near wing is Wasif. Wasif puts it over onto the far side. Bringing ahead. Angeli Concarla puts up a high shot off glass, off the rim. Loose, picked up by Pacheva. Now Angeli Concarla gets it back over on the near wing, over to Zoe Reichart. Zoe Reichart goes underneath. Emmanuel Davis blocks that one, battle for it. And the baseline coming away with it is Sheffield for Pioneer. Sheffield down the far side of the paint, puts it up high. That one just a little too strong, pulled down by Yuan, coming the other direction. 5:15 left to go, 2-0 Pioneer. And tipped away by Jordan Davis, goes out the near sideline. 2-0, Pioneer with the lead, 5:10 left to go. Skyline will inbound on the baseline right in the corner here. That might be on the near sideline. It's right behind all the Pioneer fans. Good crowd here today. Yuan has it, gets that over to Vedha Kankarla. Back over, that goes out of bounds. That will be Pioneers' ball. 5:02 left to go here in the first.
I like the way Skyline's pushing the ball up every possession. They're in attack mode and seeing what the defense will give them.
Sheffield has it for Pioneer. Bounce pass over to Weber. Weber takes it top of the key. Weber to the free throw line. Moves it over to Jones. Jones for three. That one just a little long. Emmanuel Davis saves it, but that picked up. Here comes Skyline coming in. Angelique Kankarla at the free throw line. Moves it over onto the far side. Three-pointer. That one short goes out. That will be Pioneers' ball. As that was a shot by Wasif that just went just a tad short. Pioneer 2, Skyline nothing. As again, looks like I was getting everything from the scoreboard, but I'm gonna have to change that. I'll fix that in just a moment. On the near wing, here comes Jordan Davis into the paint, puts it up. That rolls out, picked up. Here comes Skyline the other direction as Vedha Kankarla on the near wing, bounce pass over onto the far wing. Angelique Kankarla has it there. Angelique Kankarla gets it to Yuan at the top of the key. Yuan coming over and tipped back. Yuan, that tipped away, so no over and back on that one. As that ball over on the far side. I'll quickly switch it to a manual scoreboard, and I'll just keep that updated. Just pay no attention to the time. So 2-0 Pioneer with the lead. 3:55 left to go. It's been a little bit of a chaotic game so far. Lots of kind of interceptions and loose balls out there. What are you seeing so far, Coach?
Yeah, I agree with what you just said. I was just saying to myself, both teams just got to settle down a little bit. Maybe on offense, give the offense time to work.
Indeed.
To set up in the spots that they're assigned to and make that extra pass, and it'll come together for them. And as I mentioned earlier, Skyline is pushing the ball up.
Indeed.
And trying to get the easy bucket if they can, and if they can't, they'll set it up. But yeah, both teams seem to be a little bit nervous to me.
And feel each other, a little extra energy early as now happen in a rivalry game at times. Pioneer to inbound, baseline right. Jordan Davis to inbound. Gets it to Jones. Jones bringing it up quickly over. Zoe Reichart to watch her. Moves over. Jordan Davis with it. Jordan Davis ahead, trying to get it to Emmanuel Davis. That is going to be Fisher, who reaches from behind, picks up her first foul. So 2 fouls on Pioneer, 1 foul on Skyline. Sheffield inbound on the near sideline, being watched over there by Angelique Kankarla. Back over, getting it, bringing it ahead. Here comes Pioneer as Powell with it on the far side. Jones into the near corner for Sheffield. Down the baseline, Sheffield picks up the dribble. Back to Emmanuel Davis on the near wing. Top of the key over to Jones on the far sideline. Bounce pass underneath. That put up by Jordan Davis. And it went off the glass. Fell over off the near side, but a whistle. Looking for... as Angelique Kankarla picked up that foul. That one is up and no good. 2 fouls on Pioneer, 2 fouls on Skyline. Jordan Davis to the line trying to make it a 3-point game. 2-0 Pioneer so far. It was a low-scoring affair in the JV contest. 37-28. Pioneer came away with the lead. Here's the next shot by Jordan Davis. Up and off the back of the rim. Fell off to the far side, but Jordan Davis able to track down her own rebound. gets it over, top of the key, over to Powell. Now there's a shot by Sheffield for 3. That goes just a little long. Picked up by Zoe Reichert. Back behind, now moved over by Veta Concarla. As Angeli Concarla gets it over on the far side. That shot by Wasif. Just a little long off the rim, out of bounds. 3:05 left to go, 2-0. Pioneer with the lead.
So far, Skyline is 0 for 6 from the floor, while Pioneers 1 for 6. The rebounding, offensive rebounds, Pioneers got a 7-6 edge.
Inside to Fisher, that knocked away, ball on the ground, and that'll be a tie-up and a jump ball. Again, multiple people down on the ground as things may be chaotic, but everyone trying to give their maximum effort, diving for those loose balls. Sheffield out, Weber in. Skyline to inbound, baseline right. Pacheva trying to get it in, stolen away by Bullock. But she stepped out of bounds on the near sideline. Good steal by Bullock, but just couldn't tight rope down the near sideline. That'll be Skyline's ball to inbound with 2:53 left to go.
Those are tough turnovers for a coach. You can understand a forced turnover, but something like that, or a 3-second violation, those are tough to digest.
Fisher's shot off the glass, pulled down by Jones, heading the other direction. In the far corner, Powell with it. Powell comes to the free throw line. Powell picks up the dribble, back over to Jones on the far wing. Jones back to Powell, top of the key. Powell fakes right, goes left, now puts up a three-pointer. That off to the near side. Up and in, Jordan Davis has 4 points, and that is all 4 points for Pioneer. 2:23 left to go. Skyline brings it ahead. As with it, Wasif comes over onto the near wing. Over into Angeli Concarla, into the near corner. Angeli Concarla trying to get it over to Fisher. That is a foul on Pioneer, third foul on Pioneer this quarter. So Bullock gets her first foul. To the line shooting is Fisher. First shot is up and good for Fisher. 4-1. Pioneer with the lead. Fisher trying to cut that lead in half. She has one more shot coming. So get the ball to Fisher at the line. She dribbles, eyes the rim, puts it up. And a whistle there as that was no good. Fell off to the far side. Pioneer. Lane violation. Pioneer to inbound. Bullock has it over to Jones. Powell back in for Pioneer. Jones gets a breather. Yuan comes in for Skyline. Bringing it ahead is Powell for Pioneer. Pioneer with a 4-1 lead. Hands it off to Wernemout. Wernemout dribbles to her left. Bounce pass over to Powell on the far sideline. Powell over to Weber. Weber, top of the key, moves over. Gets a screen from Jordan Davis. Weber into the paint. Trying to go up. Collision underneath. 1:50 left to go.
Pioneer just did a good job setting up that offense. They had the defense spread out. They were executing. They were using passing penetration and dribbling penetration.
Powell the inbound. Fisher picks up her second foul, so she goes out as they bring in Boucher for her. Gotten into Bullock. Bullock trying to put it in off the rim to the near side. Gets a rebound, goes up. There's going to be a foul on that. That will be the fourth foul on Skyline, I believe. Bullock to the line, shooting 2. 1 minute 46 seconds left to go here. 4-1, Pioneer with the lead. Bullock eyes the rim, bends the knees, puts it up, puts it in. Bullock with her first point of the game. It's 5-1 Pioneer. Trying to make a 5-point lead. Bullock, one more shot coming as she spins the ball, bends the knees, eyes the rim, puts it up, and puts it in. Bullock with 2. Pioneers 6, Skyline 1. Stolen away by Bullock. That ball on the near wing. Gets it over to Wernemount. Wernemount over to Powell. Powell, top of the key. Powell dribbles to her left. Gets it over to Bullock. Bullock just inside the free throw line. Shot off the front of the rim. Powell with the rebound. Powell double team back over to Wernemount on the near wing. Wernemount over onto the far wing, trying to come down the baseline is Weber. Weber underneath the Bullock. Bullock puts it up and in. Bullock now with 4 points. Pioneer 8, Skyline 1. Quickly the other direction. Angelique and Carla had it. That pulled away, coming the other direction. As Powell gets it down the far baseline. Jordan Davis trying to come in. There's a whistle and a foul there. As Yuan picks up her first foul. That is the 5th foul in this quarter, so Bullock will be shooting. Bends the knees, eyes the rim, puts it up, and that falls off to the far side. 1 minute, 5 seconds left to go here in the first. Sheffield back in for Pioneer. Wasif back in for Skyline. One more for Jordan Davis as she bends her knees, puts it up. High arcing ball, hit the front, the back of the rim, would not go down as that's pulled away by Wasif. Here comes Skyline and a whistle. That is going to be a blocking foul. Jordan Davis picks up her second foul. 4 fouls on Pioneer, 5 on Skyline. Jordan Davis gets a breather as Garwood comes in for Pioneer. Boucher to inbound. That picked up as Angelique and Carla comes to the near point. Moves it over. Now racing over into the far corner. Vedicum Carla. Boucher with it on the far wing. Boucher being watched by Weber. Bounce pass into the baseline. Wasif puts it up. Wouldn't go down. Rattled off the rim. Powell with the rebound and a whistle underneath. 42 seconds left to go here in the first. Wasif picks up her first foul. That is going to result in shots for Powell as she comes down to the line. 42 seconds left to go here in the first. 8-1. Powell trying to make that. She can make it a 9-point game. First one is up off the back of the rim. Would not go. One more for Powell, trying to make it 9-1. Zoe Reichart comes back in for Skyline. She gives Angelique and Carla a break. Next shot by Powell is up. That one falls off to the near side, off the rim, coming the other direction. Here comes Boucher. Boucher skies it over into the far corner, into the paint. Goes Zoe Reichart, foul underneath.
That's a tough pass to make when you're coming up the floor with a dribble, full speed, and there's a defender between you and your target. You have to make a split-second decision there. Do I keep penetrating? Do I make the pass now? And you got to stay aggressive in the play.
Indeed, makes perfect sense. First shot, up, bang, good by Zoe Reichart. That makes it 8-2. Skyline trying to get that lead down to 5 with 35.4 seconds left to go. Zoe Reichart with one more, puts it up. Off the back of the rim, falls away to the far side. Gerwood has it. Gerwood gets it over to Powell. Powell brings it up for Pioneer, over to Sheffield. Sheffield down the far sideline now, works way over onto the near wing. Sheffield coming around the three-point line, over to Powell on the far wing, down into the paint. Powell floats it up and in. Powell has 2 points, her first points of the game. It's 10-2, Pioneer by 8. Bringing it ahead, Angelique and Carla gets it over on the near wing to Zoe Reichart into the paint. Zoe Reichart high off the glass, wouldn't go. Garwood with the rebound, ahead to Powell. Powell over half court for Pioneer. Powell coming down the far side of the paint. Puts it up and off glass off the front of the rim, would not go. Pioneer with the 10-2 lead here going into the end of the first, going into the second. What did you see in that first quarter there, Coach?
Well, I saw both teams ease as the quarter progressed. You could just see the tension was released. But yeah, it's a big rivalry, and the tension is there for 4 quarters.
Indeed.
But Pioneer's playing some good defense. You know, giving up only 2 points means that they're playing a man-to-man, so their assignments seem to be matched up good. And Skyline, I'm sure, is going to be making some adjustments here coming out into the second quarter. But Bullock played really well, and she's getting some numbers early in the stat sheets. Rebounds, I think, is a big stat right now, and Pioneer has a total of 15 offense and defense. Skyline has 9, but Skyline only has 1 turnover versus Pioneer's 3.
Seemed like Pioneer got a little bit more patient on their offense as the game went on as well, maybe taking that extra pass a little bit.
Yeah, yep.
That could always be good. 8 minutes up on the clock, getting ready to go. Here, 10-2, Pioneer with the lead. Skyline looking to cut into it, but Pioneer with the ball. Powell has it, trying to get it over to Jones. That's stolen away by Zoe Reichart. Zoe Reichart on the far wing gets that over to Angelique Concarla. That up off the back of the rim. Skying Bullock has it, now coming down the other direction. Jones with it. Jones trying to get away from Zoe Reichart, moves that ahead to Powell on the far sideline. Powell dribbles to the top of the key, into the paint, floats one up. Off the back of the rim, pulled down by Emmanuel Davis. She puts it back up. That one just off the glass to the far side. That will be Skyline ball. 7:30 left to go. Skyline inbound, you on to inbound. Baseline left. Emmanuel Davis watching that inbound. You on. Bounce pass over on the far side. Angelique Concarla has it. Angelique Concarla trying to get around. Full court pressure by Pioneer. Angelique Concarla on that far sideline over to Yuan. Yuan right on the blockades. Emmanuel Davis watching her. Yuan trying to make her way into the paint. Puts it up off glass and in. Yuan has her first points of the game. And it's a 6-point lead. 10-4 Pioneer with the lead. Sheffield inbounds, baseline right. Jones with it. Jones bringing ahead. 6:58 left to go. Here before halftime, Sheffield over half court. Sheffield down on that far sideline. Sheffield over to Jones, right on the blockades. Jones dribbles to her right, hands it off to Powell. Powell, top of the key, moves it over to Bullock. Bullock dribbles to her right, into the paint. That put up, that just a little short. Yuan with the rebound. There's a whistle blown underneath. Bullock picks up her second foul. That is 1 foul on Pioneer, none so far on Skyline. 6:40 left to go before halftime. 10-4 Pioneer with the lead. Yuan inbounding, baseline left. Emmanuel Davis watching the inbound and pulled away, coming ahead with it. Here comes Zoe Reichart down the far side. She ends up down on the court. That flip back. Angelique Concarla gets it moving over to Veta Concarla. Top of the key. Now moved over. Trying to make her way over. Yuan gets it back. Veta Concarla. That is going to be a travel. Pioneer ball. 6:20 left to go here in the second. 10-4 Pioneer with the lead. They will inbound baseline right as Bullock to inbound.
Good defensive pressure there and resulted in a turnover and a scoring opportunity for Pioneer.
Here comes Powell for Pioneer. Bounce into the paint to Emmanuel Davis. Puts it up. Wouldn't go, but contact underneath. That is going to be a foul. If that one's going to be on Wassef, and if it is, it's going to be her second. That is her second foul. 1 on Pioneer, 1 on Skyline. Emmanuel Davis to the line, shooting 2. First one is up and off the front of the rim for Davis. 1 more coming. 6:11 left to go here before halftime. Davis spins the ball, eyes the rim, puts it up. Oh, just hits front back the rim. Glass wouldn't go in. Skyline quickly the other direction. Emmanuel Davis tracks it down. She skies it over to Bullock, just over her reach. Coming the other direction, Angelique Concarla with the pass, and that will go out of bounds. A couple miss triggers there, and Pioneer with the ball, baseline right. Sheffield comes in for Pioneer. So you have Bullock, Jones, Sheffield, Powell, and Emmanuel Davis out there for Pioneer. Jones comes down the far sideline for Pioneer over half court. Jones into the far wing. Kicks it off for Powell for three. Oh, off the rim. Falls off to the far side. Picked up, coming ahead with it. Here comes Angelique Concarla over midcourt. Angelique Concarla pointing out signals. Now dishes that off over to Yuan. Yuan coming over onto the near wing. Yuan hands it off to Angelina Concarla on the far elbow. Trying to get it back underneath. That ball onto the ground. Tie up. And a jump ball. Possession arrow points over Skyline's way. Remains 10-4. Pioneer with the 6-point lead. 5:29 left to go here in the second. Veta Concarla inbounding on the baseline right. Gets it into Yuan. Yuan in the far corner. Yuan puts it up high. That off the rim, comes off to the near side, pulled down by Jordan Davis. Coming ahead with it, here comes Jones. Jones over to Sheffield on the far sideline. Sheffield comes top of the key, over to Weber. Weber trying to get into the paint, that pulled away by Angelique Concarla the other direction. Angelique Concarla into the far elbow, now coming in, that put up high, into the paint, pulled down by Jordan Davis. Jordan Davis over to Jones. Jones ahead for Pioneer. Gets it to Sheffield on the far sideline. Sheffield into Emmanuel Davis into the paint. That's going to be a charge on Emmanuel Davis as she was trying to corral that ball, and they'll say she put his shoulder into the defender. That is her second foul. 2 fouls on Pioneer, 1 on Skyline with 4:54 left to go here in the second. Nina Reichart inbound. That will be knocked out of bounds by Jordan Davis. She keeps that from trying to go out into the hallway there. Yuan to inbound, baseline left. 10-4, Pioneer with the lead. Yuan gets the ball. Yuan bounce pass into the paint, now coming the other direction. Here comes Angelique Concarla. Angelique Concarla has it right over half court. Gets a screen from Yuan. Passes it over to Yuan on the far wing. Yuan, top of the key, comes over on the near wing, getting a screen from Zoe Reichart. Yuan coming down the baseline, double teamed, and I believe touched the out of bounds there. Nope, that is going to be a foul on Sheffield. Sheffield picks up her first foul. 3 fouls for Pioneer, 1 on Skyline. Veta Concarla inbounding, baseline right. She gets that over to Angelique Concarla, tied up. Her and Sheffield get knotted up. Jump ball. Pioneer has the possession arrow. Jordan Davis inbound on the near sideline. 4:34 left to go here in the second. Is waiting. Jordan Davis gets the ball, gets it over to Sheffield. Sheffield for Pioneer. In the backcourt, goes over mid-court. Sheffield, bounce pass over to Weber on the near wing. Weber picks up her dribble. Weber trying to get it over to Jones, just out of her reach. That will be a turnover over to Skyline with 4:23 left to go. As Pioneer calls timeout. So we've been stuck a little bit on 10-4 here as a battle between these two teams. A little defensive pressure there.
Well, think about it. Skyline's kept them scoreless so far this quarter.
Indeed.
Yeah, they've tightened up the defense, that's for sure, and their defensive pressures forced some turnovers, and it's a little more challenging now offensively for both teams.
Yeah, the lone score so far has been Skyline scoring 2 points in a little over 3.5 minutes. So really good defense by both teams, and a little miscommunication the other way on a couple passes there, trying to get quick outlets. And we are in a defensive struggle here. Yuan to inbound, baseline left. 4:23 left to go. That all the way out. Jones gets it. Jones in the backcourt. Jones brings ahead for Pioneers, stealing that inbound pass. Jones gets it underneath, putting it up. Jordan Davis up and in. Jordan Davis with 6 points. That makes it 12-4. Pioneer with the lead. Over Veta Concarla puts up a shot that off the far side of the rim, falls away to the far side. Out of bounds. That looks like that is going to be Skyline's ball as Veta Concarla will inbound baseline right. And it's interesting who inbounds the ball. Sometimes a team will choose one of their tallest players. Sometimes they'll do a really good ball handler. As that's put up by Fisher, comes off to the near side. Rebound up and in by Yuan. Yuan with 4 points. 12-6 Pioneer with the lead. Sheffield has it now in the front court. Sheffield down on the baseline for Pioneer. Sheffield puts it up. That off the rim falls back to the far side. Angelique and Carla gets it ahead. Over to Wasif now coming down the far side. Zoe Reichart gets that tip back. Angelique and Carla has it now coming over onto the near wing. Into the near corner. Veta and Carla trying to get past. Jordan Davis there to provide pressure. That is a turnover. What do you look for when you're having someone inbound a pass? Is there some particular skill you're looking for there?
Well, there's probably 100 answers to that.
Sorry to put you on the spot there.
No, fortunately, I've had a lot of quarterbacks on my team, and whenever I have a long pass,
yeah.
I like my quarterback to inbound, and if I have a receiver off the football team, we try to connect those together.
There you go.
That's one scenario, but you do want to.
Up and in, Jordan Davis puts it in. She has 8 points. That makes it 14-6 Pioneer with the lead. Now coming ahead, here comes Angelique and Carla. Angelique and Carla gets it over. That up and in by Fisher. Fisher now has 3 points, and that makes it 14-8. Pioneer with the 6-point lead, bringing it ahead. On the far sideline is put up by Weber. That falls just short. As Powell got it over to Weber. Good rebound there by Jordan Davis in the far corner. Jordan Davis down the baseline. Trying to get it underneath the Bullock. Couldn't corral that, but she gets it back. Now coming in, Powell into the paint. Puts up with the left hand and in. Powell with 4 points, 16-8. And all of a sudden, both teams have found their offense. 2:19 left to go before halftime. Pacheva bringing it in. Puts it up high off the glass. That comes off to the far side. Out of bounds. Pioneers ball. 2:11 left to go here before halftime. Pioneers doubled up Skyline 16-8. In this period, Pioneer has scored 6. Skyline has scored 6 in the second. Jordan Davis trying to get the inbound over. Zoe Reichart steals it. And ball loose on the ground, going down to the ground. Zoe Reichart gets it back. Moves it over to Yuan. Yuan on the far sideline, back over. That put up, wouldn't go by Boucher. As that is going to be inbound baseline right. Bacheva with it. That pulled back over on the near wing. Bacheva into. That blocked by Manuel Davis, picked up by Bullock. Bullock trying to get away from heavy pressure by Zoe Reichart. And that is going to be a foul. So Zoe Reichart picks up her first foul. 3 fouls on Pioneer, 2 on Skyline. Jordan Davis inbound right in front of us. 1 minute, 50 seconds left to go before halftime. Jordan Davis gets it into Jones. Jones over half court, being watched by Angelique and Carla. Weber now top of the key, over on the near wing to Powell. Powell gets it over to Jordan Davis. Jordan Davis over top of the key, over to Emmanuel Davis. Now moved over to Jones on the far wing. Jones underneath to Emmanuel Davis. Up, off glass, wouldn't go, but a whistle and a foul.
Boy, Emmanuel rolled really nice to the hole. She had her hands up for a good high pass, target, caught the ball well, and now's got a chance to make a couple at the line.
First one off the front of the rim. Would not go. Emmanuel Davis, another opportunity, bends the knees, eyes the rim, puts it up. That off the back of the rim. Falls down on the near side. That rebounded by Zoe Reichart, now bringing it ahead. Angelique and Carla over midcourt. Skyline with it. Angelique and Carla gets it over to Yuan. Yuan working her way around into the near corner, hands it off. There's a 3-point shot Goes a little long for Angelique and Carla, but diving on the ground. Yuan trying to get to it. Hustle points turns into a jump ball. 16-8, Pioneer with the lead. Skyline inbounding, baseline right. Pacheva with it there. Bounce pass into the paint, trying to pull that away again. Everyone dives down to the court to get it. That will be a jump ball. Pioneer has the possession arrow. 1:06 left to go here in the second. 16-8, Pioneer with the lead. Jordan Davis to inbound. Jordan Davis gets it into Boucher, Jordan Davis gets it over to Jones. Powell has it. That's a jump ball. That'll go Skyline's way now. As Pacheva got both hands on it, creates the turnover. 1 minute, 3 seconds left to go. Skyline trying to get it to a 6-point Pioneer lead, maybe 5 if they can hit a three-pointer. Coming ahead with it. Angelique and Carla moves it over to Yuan. Yuan trying to work her way around Jordan Davis. And into the near corner, racing down. Angelique and Carla bounce pass into the paint. That's put up off the rim, as that was Boucher who took that shot. Jordan Davis with the rebound for Pioneer. That back over, collision right in front of Jordan Davis. I think two Skyline players ran into each other. Let's see what the call is here.
Did you see that pass after the rebound? Behind her back to the guard out on the perimeter.
That was impressive.
So that was
very
impressive to me.
Absolutely. Emmanuel Davis, I believe, picked up that foul. If so, that would be your third foul. 42.0 seconds left to go here before halftime. Pacheva inbounds it. Angelique and Carla with it. Keeping it in the front court. Angelique and Carla comes over onto the far wing, now top of the key. Jones watching her. Angelique and Carla coming down onto the near side of the paint. Bounce pass, top of the key, over to Boucher. Boucher picks up the dribble, hands it off to Pacheva. Pacheva at the far elbow. That ball loose, now sent back. Pacheva gets it over. Angelique and Carla putting it up off glass. Pulled down by Weber. 13.8 seconds left to go. Whistle underneath in the paint. That is going to be a hold call. As Veta and Carla picks up a foul. 4 fouls on Pioneer, 4 fouls on Skyline. Jordan Davis inbound, baseline right with 13.8 seconds left to go. 16-8. That goes out of bounds as trying to get it was Sheffield. It goes out right in front of coach there. Pacheva to inbound. Bounce pass. Now trying to work her way in. Yuan. Collision. She goes down.
That was an excellent call. The defense has to give the offensive player one step so they have time to react. And the defender went down, but she was too close to the offensive player. That's why that call was made.
Really good insight now to take the shot Yuan. First one is up and off the back of the rim. Right back falls out to her. 16-8. There have been no easy baskets in this game for anyone. Yuan, one more shot coming with 11.1 seconds left, trying to get it down to a 7-point lead by Pioneer. Yuan, that off the back of the rim, pulled down by Garwood. Garwood gets it over to Powell. Pioneer brings it over midcourt. Pioneer, Powell. Over to Jones. Jones, 3 seconds left. There is a foul as the leg got kicked out. It should result in free throws with 2.1 seconds left to go. Sheffield to the line, trying to increase an 8-point Pioneer lead. Boucher picks up her first foul. Sheffield bends her knees, puts it up off the back of the rim. Skies up high, would not go down. It's been a tough night at the free throw line for both teams. Sheffield arches the back, bends the knees, eyes the rim, puts it up. That one off the front of the rim, off the glass, would not go. And that will do it as it is 16-8 Pioneer with the lead going into halftime. So, again, both teams scored 6 in that second period. So the 8-point lead from the first has continued to carry forward. What are your thoughts about that first half, Coach?
Well, we just saw both teams just gradually settle down as the game progressed. As we mentioned earlier, it felt like a lot of tension and from both teams.
Indeed,
but,
indeed.
You can see both teams settling down. Pioneers' defense continues, and they're playing a good man-to-man, and I want to kind of explain that better.
Yeah.
Man-to-man means you're not only responsible for your man, you're also responsible for off the ball, but we always teach what's more important, watching your man or the ball.
I would imagine making sure your person doesn't sneak past, although you need to know where the ball is, too.
The ball is more important.
Yep.
The ball is more important because the ball can score.
Indeed, that makes all manner of sense.
Your man without the ball can't. So
yeah.
A lot of times in picks and flashes and cuts, you may have to give up your vision of the man you're responsible for, but keep it to, it might be a split second, but always keep your eye on the ball because that's what can hurt you.
That makes sense. That makes all manner of sense.
And I think Pioneer's doing a pretty good job of that this first half. Skyline has found some offense, and I think it is because they've kind of slowed down the offense, being patient, still have to make good passes, good decisions on passes, got to finish in the paint when they can. Stats for quickie halftime stats. We got Pioneer with 23 rebounds.
Nice.
And Skyline with 16. I didn't realize Pioneer's only 2 for 14 at the line. Don't have that percentage. The Skyline shooting 25%, 2 for 8. Pioneer 6 turnovers. Skyline 5 in the paint points is a big difference. 14 for Pioneer, 14 of their 16, and 6 of the 8 for Skyline. 3-point field goals, no points for either team there. But I think both teams want to come out and get a good start here. The first 2-3 minutes of this third quarter is always important.
Indeed. Indeed, absolutely, especially when nothing's happening easily offensively, even from the line. Everything's a bit of a struggle due to the defense or just due to things not falling for you. But it looks like they have been able to turn that into defense and put that effort in on the defense side to try and lock that down, and both teams doing a really good job there. Let's quickly go over your point totals so far. These are unofficial. These are my own points. John has the official ones across the way. Jordan Davis with the team high for Pioneer with 8 points. I believe that's a game high as well. Powell has 4 points and Bullock with 4 points. On the other side, it is Ewan with 4 points, 3 points for Fisher, and 1 for Zoe Reichart. And that is where we are at so far. So we're looking pretty good there as we walk towards, we have about 6 minutes and 37 seconds going to the in halftime. Did you have you make the call for today?
Absolutely, man.
Excellent. So let's do that and give folks a chance to think about that during halftime.
Okay, here's the scenario. Remember, again, A and B represent the teams. The numerals are the number on the players. A10, A12, A14, and A20 are all wearing black undershirts under their purple jerseys. A24 is wearing a purple undershirt. What is the call here? Is it A, no problem, play on? Or is it B, Team A, head coach is informed players may wear black or purple undershirts, but all must match? C, Team A players may only wear purple undershirts, black is not allowed? Or is it D, Team A players may only wear black undershirts, purple is not allowed?
Really good one. So think about that a little bit. We'll step away, play a quick couple messages from the MHSAA. We'll have a scoreboard report for this last week, and we'll come back with the answer to You Make the Call. Here at halftime, it is Pioneer 16, Skyline 8, and you're watching Pioneer Women's Varsity Basketball, brought to you by Arbor Broadcasting.
Health concerns in high school sports go beyond physical injuries. The mental well-being of our young people is a hotter topic than ever before. The Michigan High School Athletic Association website has resources to help adults and students recognize potential problems and deal with them in a positive way. You can learn more about these mental health resources on the Health and Safety page of the MHSAA website. A message from the MHSAA promoting the value and values of educational athletics. Can you go anywhere and find an endeavor in society where we've come to accept and tolerate an adult, and even kids, treating another adult the way we allow spectators, coaches, and players to treat a high school game official? Can you? No one has the right to abuse game officials. So before you blurt something out about that next close call, consider this. Without the officials, nobody wins. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Have we gotten to the point where at some high school game that an official has finally had enough from coaches, players, and adults, pulls off the whistle, and offers it to you? Let's hope not. There's no way you could do a better job. It's on everyone to promote good sportsmanship. So before you blurt something out about that next close call, consider this. Without the officials, nobody wins. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Nearly 2,000 of the state's top student athletes will be recognized for excelling academically and in school activities through the MHSAA's Scholar Athlete Award, underwritten by Farm Bureau Insurance. The applicants will be in the running for a total of 32 $1,000 college scholarships. Application materials are available exclusively online through the MHSAA website. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Let us do a quick scoreboard report here as I take a look at the scores this past week in the SEC Red, as Brownstown Woodhaven fell to Saline back on December 8th, 60-31. It was Monroe beating Carleton Airport 47-41, and it was Pioneer falling to Livonia Stevenson 32-29. Back on December 9th, it was Dexter beating Saginaw Heritage 49-40. Livonia Sexton versus Lincoln. Ypsilanti Lincoln beat them 69-23. It was Ypsilanti Lincoln on the 11th beating Milan 58-51. And then on December 12th, Skyline beat Hamtramck. We talked about that 56-9. It was Saginaw Heritage beating Huron 61-20. And it was Saline beating Riverview 59-18. Let's flip over and do a little SEC Whites and bring that up. As over Ypsilanti Community beat Melvindale Academy for Business and Tech 51-3. That back on the 8th. It was Onstead beating Adrian 39-31. Detroit Country Day beat Tecumseh 66-59. It was Chelsea beating Parma Western 51-30. On the 12th, Jackson beats Lansing Eastern 53-42. It was Tecumseh beating Parma Western 59-37. Plymouth beat Pinckney 38-23, and Adrian beat Westland John Glenn 68-21. One game on the 14th. That was Ypsilanti Community beating Warren Lincoln 62-7. So, taking a look, we have about a minute left coming in here, and if we want to take a quick look here at our let me try and get this back onto my scoreboard here so I can update that. If we want to take a look at the You Make the Call, let's see if I can get this one not completely wrong. This is a good one. I've been mulling my brain about this. So if you wouldn't mind reading that one more time, sure, Mike, I appreciate that.
Sure.
Sorry, I'm catching you in the middle looking at some stats there. I appreciate it.
Well, we're trying to educate our listeners, and we want them to make the call. And here's a scenario once again: A10, A12, A14, and A20 are all wearing black undershirts under their purple jerseys. A24 is wearing a purple undershirt. You have to make the call here. Here's the 4 choices. A, no problem, play on. B, Team A head coach is informed players may wear black or purple undershirts, but all must match. C, Team A players may only wear purple undershirts, black is not allowed. D, Team A players may only wear black undershirts, purple is not allowed. What is the call?
I'm going to say B, that it must be either all black or all purple. What is the right answer there?
You're saying B?
Yeah, I was saying B. It must be all black or all purple.
You are correct.
Hey! Perfect. Hey, every once in a while. Every once in a while.
Howard, the official, was just standing in front of us. I was going to have him announce the winner, the right answer, but the game just kicked off. But, yes, the official informs the coach, and the coach must make the change in the uniform.
As Jones has it over on the far side, third quarter underway. Over on the near wing, Jones has it. Jones gets it top the key over to Weber. Weber over on the far side. There's a shot by Sheffield for 3. That makes it 19-8 as Sheffield with her first points, a huge 3-pointer. Over on the near wing, Yuan has it. Yuan comes onto the far wing. There's a collision. There will be a foul on Bullock there. That is her, I believe that's her 3rd foul. We'll see. As a collision. As coming ahead with it, grabbing it, Angelique Concarly has it on the far side, moves it over to Wasif. Wasif back now, Angelique Concarly on the near wing, gets it back over to Pacheva. Pacheva at the free throw line. Back to Angelique Concarly. Angelique Concarly. Top, moves it over to Yuan. Yuan double team, stolen away by Sheffield. Sheffield working down the near sideline, stolen right back away by Yuan. Bullock gets in the way of the pass, but that went out of bounds. Some heavy, good defense there by both of these squads. It's 19-8 Pioneer with the 11-point lead here in the third with 6:50 left to go. Quickly ahead on the far sideline. Pacheva gets it over. Yuan down into the paint. Loses the ball, gets it back off the glass. Rebound over to Wasif. Wouldn't go. Now grabbing it. Bullock gets it over. Jones on the far sideline. Jones heads over midcourt. Jones over on the near side into the paint. As that is going to be turnover over to Skyline.
Yeah, Sheffield just did a good job of pressuring the ball on one player. When the ball went into the post, she went down there double, literally just took the ball out of her hands.
Inbounded over onto the near wing. Here comes Skyline as they bring ahead. Zoe Reichart into the paint, blocked from behind by Emmanuel Davis. Rebound as Angelique Concarla puts it up. That goes off the glass. Pioneer ball. 6:18 left to go here in the third. 19-8 Pioneer. Inbounding, Jordan Davis gets it over to Jones. Jones brings it up the near side. Some full court pressure. Jones right at the blockades. Cuts to her near side. Moving it over to Sheffield on the near sideline. Sheffield. And over to Jones on the far sideline. Jones trying to work her way away from Zoe Reichart. Now Sheffield back over on the near wing to Weber. Weber. Top of the key over to Jones. Jones being watched by Zoe Reichart. Jones on the near wing hands it off to Weber. Weber races into the paint, trying to get it underneath over to Emmanuel Davis in the paint. Would not go. Rebound, inbounding, Pioneer inbounds, baseline right. Sheffield has it, top of the key. Sheffield into the near corner. Jones for 3. Oh, just a little long. Weber gets the rebound. goes up. Foul from behind. 5:40 left to go here in the third. 19-8. Wasif picks up her third foul. Weber to the line. Weber. First shot up and good. Nothing but net for Weber. That makes it an even 20. Weber has her first points of the game. Mina Reichart comes in for Skyline. Weber with one more shot at the line, trying to make it 21-8. Spins the ball, bends the knees, eyes the rim, puts it up off the front of the rim, pulled down. Ewan with the big rebound. Here comes Skyline the other direction. Mina Reichart gets ahead to Pacheva. Ball on the ground, and good job getting down. Jones getting to it to cause the jump ball. Possession arrow points Skyline's way. So good job to get that arrow flipped. Skyline to inbound just by their own bench on the far side. Looks like Pacheva to inbound. Just by her coach, just by Coach Lovelace. That inbounded grab now coming over. Angelique Concarla puts it in. That off on the side. Basket wouldn't go, but Angelique Concarla gets the ball back over on the far side. Pacheva has it. On the far wing, Pacheva comes top of the key. Pacheva cuts over to the far side. Now gets it over to Mina Reichart. That will be out of bounds. No, Skyline calls a timeout. Excuse me.
Well, both teams have come out with high energy, and they know the importance of these first couple minutes.
Absolutely. Only about 2 minutes and 49 seconds in, if I can do some basic math, which is I can't always guarantee that Friday night. But we've had 4 points for Pioneer, none for Skyline, but absolutely everyone going down to the floor when there's a loose ball, everyone hustling to get where they can.
And coaches love seeing that at any point in the game. And especially young players, they're picking up lifetime habits. So when they see a loose ball, you go for it.
Absolutely, absolutely. What are you saying if you're Coach Hicks trying to keep this lead? What are you saying right now in the huddle, trying to keep them? What advice would you be giving your players?
Probably number one, offensively, just take care of the ball. We cannot have any costly turnovers. Mm-hmm. And defensively, let's continue and have pride in making stops. And we'll give up some perimeter shots right now, but we don't want to give up anything in the paint.
Indeed. 5:11 left to go here in the third. 20-8, Pioneer with the lead. Yuan to inbound on the far sideline, getting it all the way back to Angelique Concarla. Angelique Concarla down the far sideline. Angelique Concarla. Sheffield watching her. She picks up a dribble, gets it over to Yuan. Yuan into the far corner. Angelique Concarla trying to work her way through traffic. Double team, gets it over to Yuan on the baseline. Yuan into the paint. That pass stolen away by Jones. Jones heading the other direction for Pioneer. Jones trying to get away from Zoe Reichart. Jones over half court. And charge, they're going to say Jones pushed off with the arm. That will be her first foul. 2 fouls on Pioneer, 1 on Skyline. 4:46 left to go. And I believe they might have just asked a person to leave from the stands.
That's unfortunate.
I'm not sure. There was a little talk. As that ball inbounded, coming ahead, Pacheva with it. Pacheva over to Yuan. Yuan down the near sideline. That will be out of bounds, Pioneer ball. As the inbound, Jordan Davis. To inbound, Powell comes in, gives Weber a breather.
Yeah, I think this is where Coach Hicks is saying, let's take care of the ball. Every possession's important. This game is not near being, we're only 6 buckets ahead.
As Jones has to pick up the ball, tipped away, now coming ahead with it, Jordan Davis on the far sideline. Gets it over to Powell. Powell over to Jones on the near wing. Jones dribbles to her left, top of the key. Jones moves it over to Jordan Davis into the far corner for Powell. Powell trying to make her way to the free throw line, gets it back to Jordan Davis. Now Sheffield for 3. That's in! Sheffield with a huge three-pointer, and that makes it 23-8.
Did you see the arc on that shot? That's why that went in, man.
That was
a
beautiful.
Perfect shot.
Now this shows my age. That was an Adrian Dantley type of arc. As I used to love the amount of arc he'd put on everything.
Shooting coaches emphasize that arc.
Suppose to Vinnie Johnson, who had the world's flattest shot ever, but somehow it would go in. And now anyone under the age of 40 is going, what is this guy talking about?
Then we'll confuse them more. The microwave.
Oh, yeah. Vinnie Johnson, the microwave. Oh, the bad boys back in the day. That is my youth. That's when, again, listening to George Blaha, dreaming that I could do this with someone like you at some day. And it is a heck of a thing. So that is foundational to my youth.
Yeah, she set up on that. She had her legs into it, good knee bend. She had to follow through, and I could tell halfway there that ball was going in.
Indeed. Huge three-pointer there, 23-8. Pioneer with the lead, 4:01 left to go. As ball inbounded by Skyline, they get it over to Mina Reichart. Now Yuan coming down the far sideline into the far corner. Yuan on the baseline, double-teamed. That ball on the ground. Pioneer pulls away over to Jones. Back over to Powell. Powell bringing it ahead. Powell trying to slow down. That tipped away from behind. Grabbing it. And Zoe Reichart comes over half court. Zoe Reichart into the far corner. Patcheva trying to get to it. Sheffield trying to get the jump ball. I think she might have picked up a foul there. And it's going to be Sheffield's second foul. 3:37 left to go. But she has been she's been a spark plug on defense. Sheffield has really playing very well.
She's been playing aggressively. She's been mentally tough. She is in good position.
As Zoe Reichart into the far corner. Again, Sheffield down to the court to get that ball. Turns into a jump ball. And again, hard hustle on defense by Sheffield. Turns into a turnover. Powell with it in the backcourt, trying to avoid some full court pressure by Zoe Reichart. Dribbling to the left, over half court. And moved over to Jones. Jones about 5 feet inside of half court, over to Sheffield on the far sideline. Sheffield over to Powell, top of the key. 3 minutes, 10 seconds left to go. Over on the near wing, Jones with it. Jones working against Zoe Reichart. Gets it over to Sheffield, trying to dive to get into that ball. Was Angelique Concarla, who dove down. That's a jump ball. That one's going to go Skyline's way. And Zoe Reichart inbound right in front of us. 2:59 left to go here in the third. 23-8. Pioneer with the lead. Bullock comes in for Pioneer. Wasif in for Skyline. Jordan Davis gets a breather. One tick under 3 minutes left to go here in the third. As Angelique Concarla, that moved over into the free throw line. Angelique Concarla gets it back. Bounce pass, gets it over to Wasif. Wasif that put up. Off the front of the rim, knocked away. Tracking it down is Zoe Reichart with it. Whistle and a foul. That one's going to be on Powell. So Powell picks up. That is her first foul, I believe. John scared me. He said fourth. It's her first foul. A little slip of the tongue there. Intercepted by Bullock. Bullock coming down into the paint. Bullock puts it up with the right hand. Rattles around and home. Bullock with 6 points. And that makes it 25-8. Pioneer with the lead. Coming ahead with it. Zoe Reichart trying to go into the lane and loses her balance That is going to be a travel. Pioneer with the ball with 2:41 left to go in the third. Jones to inbound, baseline right. Powell brings it ahead. Back to watcher, Zoe Reichart. Powell cuts to her left over half court. Powell moves it over to Jones on the far wing. Jones at the free throw line to Emmanuel Davis. Emmanuel Davis back to Jones on the far wing. Jones over on the near wing to Sheffield. Sheffield into the paint, kicks it back to Jones at the top of the key. Jones dribbles to her right, gets it over to Powell. Powell comes top of the key into the far elbow. Moving it over to Bullock. Bullock gets a screen. Now on the near wing, Sheffield. Sheffield dribbles to her left, comes top of the key, over to Jones. Jones working her way around the arc on the near sideline. Jones working against Angelique Kincarla. All the way over, Powell coming down the baseline on the far side, puts it up, rattles around and home. Powell with 6 points, Pioneer 27, Skyline 8. 1:53 left to go. Zoe Reichart gets it over midcourt and a timeout called. I'm assuming that's Skyline that wants to talk about it.
Well, both coaches will use the time wisely.
Indeed, indeed. 1 minute 51 seconds left to go here in the third. When you are down by 19 points, what are you telling your team? Are you trying to make it a possession by possession thing and not look at the scoreboard, or what are you trying to get your team to focus on?
First of all, most important is defense.
Yeah.
Okay, you got to slow them down, get stops, and convert them into points. Even if you just come down and get 1 point off your defense, you're making progress. So get stops. I tell my players, give me 100%, and if you're tired, get your hand up. I'll get fresh legs in and get you back as soon as I can. You just got to be honest with yourself and with the team and the coach. And if you're going 110%, you usually can't go longer than 2 or 3 minutes.
Indeed.
You have to get out. Man, if you get 5 players on the floor doing that, good things are going to happen.
Absolutely, absolutely. This is a rivalry game, so it doesn't matter. 19 points, that lead can disappear pretty darn quickly.
Well, this quarter, Pioneer shooting 4 for 5 for 80%. And turnover, Skyline has 4, Pioneer 1.
Pioneer has ratcheted up that defense, and their shots are dropping this period as they get that into Pacheva. Pacheva that moved and out of bounds. Pioneer ball. As that inbounded by Gottfried, now bringing it up. Here comes Powell. Powell on the near wing. Powell moves it over to Gottfried. Gottfried dribbles to her right on the near wing. Gottfried down along the baseline. Double team that knocked out of bounds by Pacheva. 1 minute 34 seconds left to go here in the third. 27-8. Pioneer inbounds. Powell moves down the far side, gets it over to Sheffield. Sheffield down the baseline on the far side, up and in, and one. Sheffield with 8, opportunity to make a 3-point play. I think that's actually going to be Pacheva. It was a Skyline foul there, so Sheffield to the line, puts it up, and off the back of the rim. 29-8 Pioneer with the 21-point lead. On that far elbow, put up off the rim. Wasif shot wouldn't go. Pioneer with the rebound, coming ahead with it. Powell. Powell dribbles to her left over half court. Powell down the far sideline. Powell comes top of the key, moves it over to Weber. Weber underneath, gets it to Bullock, up high off the glass and in. Bullock with 8 points. She has the team tie lead with Jordan Davis and Sheffield. Quickly up 31-8. Pioneer with the lead. Zoe Reichart gets it back to the free throw line. Zoe Reichart puts up a 3-pointer. She puts it in. Zoe Reichart with 4 points. Or excuse me, they said per 2. Oh, triple. Okay, it is a triple. 31-11, I thought so, but what do I know? Sheffield comes top of the key, moves it over into the near corner. Gottfried coming down the near baseline. Gottfried over to Weber. Weber trying to make her way down. Looks like a whistle on the baseline. That is going to be a Skyline foul. 24.7. Angelique Concarla gets her second foul. That put up. Inbounded right into Bullock. Bullock going up. Couldn't get the basket, but did get the foul. Bullock in the act of shooting. She'll go to the line. Wassup with 4 fouls. One more, and she will have to exit the game. Bullock bends the knees, puts it up, and off the front of the rim. Free throws have been a bit of a bugaboo for each of these teams, as they have not fallen easily for them. Bullock bends the knees, eyes the rim, puts it up, puts it in. Nothing but net on that one. She has 9 points. It makes it 32-11. Pioneer with the lead. Coming ahead with it. Here comes Angelique Concarla, puts it into the near corner. Picking it up. And Veta Concarla gets it over at the free throw line, trying to pull that away as Wasif. Traveling call with 10.2 seconds left to go. Pioneer will inbound baseline left. As Gottfried gets it into Powell. Powell brings the ball ahead over half court for Pioneer. Powell hands it off. Weber comes top of the key. Weber into the paint, puts it up with the right hand. Rolls off the front of the rim. Bullock gets it up. And are they going to say it counts? Basket counts. Bullock gets that basket, 34. Bullock has the lead with 11 points for all the Pioneer players. So that makes it a 34-11 lead for Pioneer.
And Bullock's got 6 rebounds, possibility of a double-double for her tonight.
That is impressive. She has been all over the place, really. Everyone's been putting in a lot of effort, but hers has been very visible out there. Really great defense, diving to the court, getting the ball into the paint and putting it up. It's been an impressive performance.
And that's a key word, visible.
Yes.
So many times there's so much happens in the game of basketball, people tend to have their eye on the ball.
Indeed.
And there's 9 other players out there besides the player on the ball. And right, some things go unseen that deserve credit. That's why I was one of those guys that kept a lot of statistics.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And diving on the floor is one of them. We call it a hustle point.
Absolutely.
Even sprinting full court for a loose ball on the baseline. Doesn't have to hit the floor, but they're given 100%. That's a hustle point.
Absolutely, absolutely. And there's stuff that, a lot of the other players working really hard off ball, and you don't see that. Or someone like me who's focusing on the ball doesn't see it as much, and I'm more than willing to admit to that. 8 minutes up on the clock. We are in the fourth quarter. Pioneer with a 34-11 lead, trying to close out a big rivalry game as Powell gets it over on the near wing to Gottfried. Gottfried back to Weber. Weber comes top of the key. Bounce pass over to Sheffield on the near wing. Sheffield gets it into the near corner to Gottfried. Gottfried off the paint, gets it back. Now over to Powell on the far side. Powell comes top of the key. Now over onto the near wing. Powell hands it off to Sheffield. Sheffield steps back, getting a little room to work. Now comes over onto the near wing. Hands it off to Powell. Powell kicks it over on the far wing to Weber. Weber down the baseline. Weber moves it back over to Hartley. Hartley over to Weber on the far sideline. Sheffield gets it back on the far wing. Sheffield dribbles to her left, trying to get herself around Wasif. And he goes into the paint, puts the ball up. That goes off the glass. Wouldn't go. Contact underneath. And I believe that's going to be Yuan who's going to pick up the foul. That would be, I believe.
Ewan for a second foul.
That's going to be the second foul for Yuan. Sheffield eyes the rim, bends the knees, puts it up. That one's nothing but net. 35 points for Pioneer. Sheffield now has 12, trying to make it 13. She bends her knees, puts it up. Nothing but net on that one as well. 13 points. Or excuse me, that was, Sheffield. Put that over. Sorry, Sheffield has 10 points. That over on the far side. Move back over. Ball underneath. Put up and in by Wasif. That makes it 36-13. Wasif with her first points. Coming ahead, Powell has it. Powell on the near wing. Powell right into the paint, puts it up. Ball fell a little short. Yuan has it with 6:46 left to go. Yuan into the paint, moves it over on the far wing for Wasif. Now there's a shot off the rim, and three-pointer by Angelique Kincarli. That makes it 36-16. As that up and in. That's her first points of the game, despite handling the ball a fair amount. She's been doing a lot of other things besides putting shots up. 20-point lead for Pioneer, 36-16. But Pioneer has scored only 2 points in this quarter, and Skyline has scored 5. Pioneer brings back some of the starters in as Jordan Davis, Emmanuel Davis, and Jones come back in. Jones on the near wing, over to Jordan Davis. Jordan Davis works her way around the three-point line, over to Weber. Weber bounce pass to Jones. Jones gets it over to Emmanuel Davis underneath in the paint, up and in. Emmanuel Davis with her first points of the game. That makes it 38-16. Pioneer with the 22-point lead. Angelique Kincarla puts it over on the far wing, gets it back, top of the key, dribbles to her right. Now over to Zoe Reichart into the far corner for Wasif. Back to Zoe Reichart on the far wing. That tipped away, going down. Weber goes down to the court, but that picked up by Yuan. Over to Angelique Kincarli. Over on the near wing, there's a shot up and wouldn't go by Veta Kincarla. Now coming ahead. Here comes Jones. Jones on the near wing, floats it underneath for Emmanuel Davis. Her momentum took her a little far. Jones bumps Zoe Reichart and picks up the foul. So Jones has 2 fouls. Wernemount in for Pioneer, 5:34 left to go. Pioneer with the 22-point lead. Boucher in for Skyline. Yuan, the inbound, gets it over to Angelique Kincarla. Angelique Kincarla over half court, back over to Yuan. Yuan over to Angelique Kincarla, back just inside of half court. Angelique Kincarla working her way around the arc, bounce pass over onto the far wing as Wasif gets it back over. Now Angelique Kincarla moves it over to Veta Kincarla. Coming down on the baseline, move back over to Wasif on the far wing. Wasif hands it off to Veta Kincarla. Veta Kincarla gets a screen from Yuan. Now gives it to Yuan. There's a shot by Wasif. That off the glass. Trying to save it is Yuan, but that goes out. That will be Pioneer ball with 4:59 left to go here in the fourth. Hartley to inbound, baseline left.
Meredith Fisher, number 24, now in for Skyline.
Fisher in for Skyline. Jordan Davis moves it over to Wernemount. Wernemount on the near wing. Wernemount double team quickly. Back over to Jones, knocked away, coming the other direction. Here comes Veta Kincarla putting it up. Basket doesn't go, but a foul underneath.
That was a nice shot. There was a wall of defense there, much bigger player, and she dipped her left shoulder into the defender's chest, trying to protect the ball the best she could, and got a shot off, and we'll get to the line.
First one off the back of the rim. The glass fell over to the far side. Veta Kincarla has one more coming. Jones in the backcourt. She now has 3 fouls. That second one rattles around and home. Veta Kincarla has her first points of the game. Jones ahead. Emmanuel Davis now moves it over to Jordan Davis. Jordan Davis, double dribble. That's going to go over to Skyline. 4:42 left to go. 21-point game. Skyline trying to cut into that lead. Angelique Kincarla brings it over half court for Skyline. Angelique Kincarla pointing out, signals, dribbles to her right on the far sideline. Now cuts to the key. That moved over, trying to get it over to Fisher. That tipped away, out of bounds. Pioneer ball with 4:29 left to go. 38-17, Pioneer with the lead. Hartley inbounds. Oh, here comes Jordan Davis. Jordan Davis over to Wernemount. Wernemount into the paint, stops at the near elbow. Wernemount trying to move away, whistle. Hold. That is going to be on Veta Carla. Hartley gets it into Wernham. Wernham out, top of the key. On the way, 2 fouls by both teams. Stolen away by Veta Carla, but now taken away by Jones. Up and in. So a steal, then another steal. Jones, I believe that's her first points of the game. Makes it 40-17. Bringing it ahead at the free throw line is Wasif. Wasif moves it over to the far side. Picked up by Fisher, knocked down, now moved over. Angelique and Carla dishes it off onto the far side. That 3-point shot wouldn't go down, but good rebound by Wasif. Now on the near wing, working her way around is Veta Carla. Back over to Angelique and Carla on the far sideline. Gets that knocked away. Hartley trying to knock that away, and that went off a Skyline Pioneer ball. 3:39 left to go here in the fourth. 40-17, 23-point lead by Pioneer. Hartley to inbound on the far sideline.
Number 23, Maya Richards, now in for Pioneer.
Richards in for Pioneer. As Wernham out coming ahead. Coach Hicks has been able to get a fair number of these players in the game, which is always good to get everyone a little experience. Wernham out gets the ball back after the pass was batted away. Jones on the near wing gets a screen from Wernham out. Jones dribbles to his left, gets it to Wernham out. Now Richards has it down the baseline, puts it up, off the rim, pulled down, rebound Pioneer trying to go up with it. Richards, she got her own rebound. That is going to be a foul.
I think it was a clean block.
Oh, just out of bounds to Pioneer.
Yeah.
Then. Good eye. Jones. Inbound baseline right. Hartley goes out. Gottfried in. Richards moves it over to Emmanuel Davis into the paint. Puts that up. That is going to be a foul. That one is going to be on Boucher, I believe. It is indeed. That's her second foul. 2 fouls on Pioneer, 3 on Skyline. And as we talked about in the men's game last, again, it is no longer first shot up by Emmanuel Davis and good. Nothing but net on that one. Again, it is no longer 7 fouls in a period gets you the bonus, not 10 gets you the double bonus. 2 right there. Beautiful job by Emmanuel Davis. She has 4. It is now 5 fouls in any quarter, and you are in the double bonus, no single bonus. And that resets every quarter. Bringing you ahead, Angelique and Carla over into the far corner. Working her way around Veta and Carla. That's stolen away by Wernham out. Wernham out. Trying to keep that ball. Bounce pass over to Jones. 2:53 left to go. Here comes Pioneer. Jones onto the near wing. Over to Wernham. Over to Gottfried. Gottfried gets it into the near corner to Jones. Over to Emmanuel Davis on the baseline. Puts that up. Just a little short. Richards trying to get to it. Popped away. Here comes Skyline. Racing ahead with it is Wasif. Now moving it over. Angelique and Carla has it just off the top of the key. Moves it over to Veta and Carla into the paint. That put up. Wouldn't go off the rim to the near side, but a whistle and a foul with 2:31 left to go. There are 5 players as Skyline's going to do wholesale changes at some point. 42-17. First shot by Veta and Carla up off the back of the rim. Falls away to the far side. 4 of those players can come in to substitute. As Bailey out there, as well as Mina Reichart. Also out there, I don't have 22. I'm assuming that's Klein from the JV team. That up and in. Veta and Carla with 2. So now trying to come ahead. Richards with it. Richards. 2 minutes, 25 seconds. Over to Emmanuel Davis. Emmanuel Davis over to Gottfried. Gottfried puts it up. And in. Gottfried with her first points of the game. 44-18. Pioneer with the lead. Now ahead. Pacheva over onto the far side. That tipped out of bounds. Pioneer ball racing to get it was Klein. Couldn't get to it. Pacheva.
Number 13.
And brought in Emmanuel Davis over to Gottfried. Gottfried on the baseline trying to put it up. That's stolen away, going the other direction. Richards, I believe, is going to pick up a foul as Mina Reichart trying to bring that ball ahead. Richards, that would be her first foul. 2:06 left to go. Fine inbounds, bring ahead. Pachava, over half court, Pachava. Now spins with it, moves it over onto the far sideline. And brought ahead, stolen away by Emmanuel Davis. Emmanuel Davis gets it over. Now Jones in the backcourt. Jones bring ahead, under 2 minutes left to go. Jones over to Wernemout. Wernemout over half court. Wernemout trying to get it underneath to Emmanuel Davis. Up and in. Emmanuel Davis with a couple more points there. She has 6. 46-18. Pioneer with the lead. Over to Mina Reichart. Mina Reichart trying to get it to Pachava. Pachava, top of the key, back over to Mina Reichart. Mina Reichart trying to move it over to Bailey. Bounce pass over to Klein. Klein works her way around the paint. Klein steps back. 1 minute, 24 seconds left to go. Foul called. Inadvertent whistle, so they will inbound on the near sideline. Pioneer as Jones and Emmanuel Davis go out. So Gottfried Richards, as coming down with it is Mina Reichart. Underneath the basket, bounce pass. That shot up by number 3. Pulled down by Wernemout. Wernemout trying to get around, and that looks like a foul. 1:14 left to go here in the fourth, 46-18. Pioneer with the lead. Chava picks up her third foul. Richards to inbound. Gets it, that taken away. Pachava getting in front, but goes out of bounds. Pioneer to inbound again with 1 minute, 12 seconds left. No matter the score, this Skyline team is still playing awful hard. Bounce pass over. Sheffield brings it ahead. Sheffield in the backfield. Sheffield dribbling down the far sideline over half court. Sheffield down that far sideline. Whistle. And that looks like that's going to be a foul on Klein. One minute, 3 seconds left to go. Sheffield to the line. Sheffield dribbles, eyes the rim, puts it up. Off the front of the rim, would not go. 1 minute, 3 seconds left to go here in the fourth, 46-18. Sheffield eyes the rim, puts it up. And off the back of the rim, would not go. We will be, by the way, live right now, live if you've been looking for the Pioneer women's hockey game versus Grosse Pointe South. Just look over to the right or down on the player as that's going on at the same time. James Wiseman on the color call, or on the call. We will have Pioneer women's hockey at 5 o'clock tomorrow as well. To the line is Klein shooting with 1 minute left to go for Skyline. That up off the front of the rim falls away. Our next basketball game will be with the men's team on Tuesday. JV at 5:30, varsity at 7 o'clock versus Howell. Next shot is up. Wouldn't go for Klein. Rebound Gottfried. Gottfried has it with 57 seconds left. Gottfried brings it, picks up the dribble, flips that over to Sheffield. Sheffield in the backcourt. It's over half court. Sheffield. There's a whistle and a foul by Klein. Blocking foul. 48.8 seconds left to go. There's definitely some positive things. Pioneer a big win here. Sheffield to the line, puts up the first shot. Nothing but net on that one. She continues. Put that in. She has 47. I believe that's her 11th point. I might have gotten a couple things mixed up here. That's what happens when I'm talking and writing. Second one by Sheffield. Up that off the rim. Falls off to the far side. Trying to keep it in. That out of bounds should be Pioneer ball with 45.5 seconds left to go. Pioneer to inbound on that far sideline is Gottfried. Gottfried looking, bounce pass into the far corner for Wernemout. Wernemout trying to spin, jump ball called. Possession or a point Skyline's way. Now bringing it ahead. Pachava. Pachava dribbles to her left, over half court. Pachava right at the top of the key, moves it over on the far side to Klein. Klein comes, moves it over on the far wing to number 3, now dishing it off into the far corner. Trying to work her way over. I believe that's, actually I think that's Arocha who's coming in as number 3. So Sheffield picks up her 3rd foul. It's going to put number 3 to the line. I'm thinking that's Arocha, but I could be wrong, because I don't have a 3 on my roster. That put up off the back of the rim, wouldn't go. 22.6 seconds left to go, 47-18. Pioneer with the lead. One more week of games, then we'll have a couple weeks off for the holidays. Off the back of the rim again, would not go. Sheffield with the rebound. 20 seconds coming ahead. Sheffield brings it over half court. Sheffield moves it over onto the near wing. Richards with it. Richards over to Wernermount. 10 seconds left. 8 seconds left. Wernermount dribbling. Moves it over to Gottfried. 5 seconds left. Gottfried dribbling over to the left. Gottfried, 2 seconds left. 1 second left. That will do it. Pioneer with the 47-18 win. Big win by Pioneer over arch rival Skyline, and both the men's and women's varsity teams able to sweep Skyline. What are your final thoughts on that game, Coach?
I've got a couple notes here and maybe a couple statistics. First of all, Skyline ended up with 18 points, and I'm really impressed. Last year, they won 3 games.
Absolutely, yeah.
So observing their body language on the bench throughout the game, not just here in the 4th quarter, but throughout the game. And I watch their body language, they're listening, and they're listening to the coach and staff. And we just seen here in the last few minutes some players on the floor that don't see very many minutes, and they were given 100%.
Indeed.
And learning from those valuable minutes. So coaches are teaching 32 minutes. The players are listening and learning. I just think with experience, they're going to improve. They're going to gain confidence, and it'll result in wins down the road.
Indeed.
Pioneer, no matter who you play, you keep someone to that many points, you're playing good team defense.
Absolutely.
I was impressed with Emmanuel Davis, a 6-foot senior, with her footwork. How she reads and reacts on offense. I would like to see her stop putting the ball on the floor, especially in the paint. We always teach keep the ball high with both hands on it and be strong. 5'4" Haley Sheffield, man, what a defensive effort.
Indeed.
At 5'4", she was aggressive and kept that intensity the whole game. On offense, she was in attack mode. And compliments to the whole team defense for Pioneer.
Absolutely. It was a well done defensive game. Absolutely.
It was. Both teams struggled at the line, and that's got to improve for both of them going forward. A couple quickie stats. That kind of surprised me. Pioneer only out-rebounded Skyline 29-24. Free throws, Pioneer was 7 of 13. Skyline 2 of 8. Turnovers was balanced. Pioneer had 13, Skyline 12. But in the paint points, Pioneer 14, Skyline 2. And both teams made a couple 3-point field goals. So in the paint points for the whole game was 28 for Pioneer, 8 for Skyline.
It's a huge advantage for Pioneer there. That's probably one of the biggest stats of the game there for the win. Thank you very much. It's always a pleasure to get to work with you, with my camera person, Christina Wiseman, Coach Mike Aaron's with us, and his wife, Kim, doing amazing work on the stats and putting up with our yammering over here, which makes her a saint. We're both very lucky men. And we appreciate you. My name is Mark Wiseman. Thank you. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of the evening. We'll be back with Pioneer Women's hockey tomorrow at 5 o'clock from Veterans Memorial Ice Arena. Take care, everyone. Good night.